Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and as you can see, we're going to do some watercolor today. Just trying to get my little plate straight. This is just a piece of cut 5x7 watercolor paper, and I'm using this watercolor. It's the Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. So, but you can use just general watercolor paper from anywhere. It doesn't matter where. You don't have to buy super duper expensive unless you want to. Obviously, it probably is better the higher price, but I think this works fine, especially for the stuff I'm doing. It's not like I'm a master or something. So, and then I have some water. I have different size round brushes. I have a 16 round. This one, the thing came off. I think it's a 6 or an 8. I'm not sure. This one is an 8. So I'm gonna assume, I don't know what size this one is. I'm not very good at that. Like I said, I am not a watercolor artist. That's like not normally what I do. I'm just interested in watercolors. So I don't know that I'd call these tutorials because, like I said, I'm no master at it, but you can take whatever you like from it. How is that? Looking for my little bottle of water. I have my little bottle of water. And I'm just going to start with just a really light blue. So how's it going with you guys today? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. Just been busy all morning. And I'm just going to kind of take this blue and go around on here, kind of like we did last time, just to give the background some color. And you can do this after. I know a lot of people do add the color after, but I don't like trying to paint around the pieces, so I'm just going to add a little color now, and it'll be whatever it is in the end. I'm going to just wet this a little bit so I can, because I want it even lighter sort of in the middle area. But you can do this however works best for you. I'm just throwing it out there. And then I'm going to do that same thing where I kind of took a little away last time. That worked pretty good, just so it's not real dark like where you want to paint the flowers. We're going to do some cone flowers today, or attempt. I'm going to attempt to do some cone flowers. How's that sound to you guys? I love cone flowers. Echinacea is another name that you may have heard. They grow in our area. There's quite a few places that grow them here, so I do get to see whole fields of them, and they are very lovely. So basically, for the first part, I'm just going to kind of do some, and I should have got a little less water because I kind of want that dotted gumdrop look. like a rough gumdrop is what I'm going for, because they are very you know, textural in the middle, that center part, because obviously it's a bunch of I don't even know, it's part of the flower, but it's bumpy. Add a little black to it. And then we're going to mix up kind of a pinky purpley color. Yeah, they really are a purpley, but it does look pretty pink out in the field. I don't know what color exactly that you would call it, because it's not a fuchsia, and it's not like a lavender. I didn't know what it is, but it's pretty. And I'm just using my Arteza watercolors, and like I mentioned before, apologize, but I do not have the little card that says what the colors are. It's their 36 colors. in the box already. You know, you don't have to add them to the box. So it's just whatever that is. And I'm just going to go for some, I'm not going to touch the brown part because I don't want the pink and the brown, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to kind of go down and pick back up as best I can, like I said. This is always a little bit tricky for me. Okay, I got one down, I think, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to apologize because I will be turning probably, just because I'm not great at like tweaking my arm in weird ways. So I spent all morning looking for jobs. Not fun, but gotta do it. So depending on what goes on, but I may be doing like 3 videos a week now instead of the 5, and then I will still try to do shorts when I can, but they probably won't be consistent. But we'll see. We're, you know, just gonna be a matter of seeing what my schedule ends up being like. I was gonna wait till the end of summer, but it's just not going good, and summer's not the best judge because people are out having fun, you know. So it's really hard for me to, all I know is gotta pay bills. That's all I know. So, and I don't, oh no, I don't really know how many leaves these have. It's a lot, and I probably don't have quite enough, but we're just gonna go with that. Try to get rid of some of this. I'm not that worried if there's a little bit between, because we're gonna add something at the end that I think will. You can also take your brush and kind of dry brush it away. I mean, my brush is a little wet, so I guess it's not technically dry brushing, but kind of scrub it away or move it away if you can. And this is where I'm sure good quality paper is better. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it too much. So we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, so then I'm going to take the brown again, and we're going to do another little bumpy gumdrop, for lack of a better term. Sorry, I get quiet when I do this because I'm concentrating. This I have to concentrate on a whole lot more than the making ephemera and stuff like that, just because I've been doing that for a long time. But this is a little bit more difficult because I have not been doing this for a long time. It's very fun though. Very fun. Take careful with the paint this time, Amy. And they do, like, their leaves or petals do definitely dip like this. They definitely have a droopy quality. I don't know that they're quite this fat, but sorry, there's a extra little hair on my brush. So I'm glad you guys like this, or you seem to enjoy it last week, because it's a lot of fun for me too. I really like it. That one got a little carried away with the thickness. I think I tried this last week, and I think I did a little bit better with the thickness of the petals. Isn't it funny? And I use the same size brush and everything. But it's just one of those things. Sometimes it works a little easier than others. I'm sure there's tricks. I'm probably pushing down too hard or something on my brush. Okay. I'm going to come back up here and just kind of add a little bit more right here. And I know it looks a little weird because they're not connected, but we'll get to all that. Okay, I'm going to get these dry, and then I'll come back and do the leaves. So I'll be right back. It's basically dry. Now we're going to come in with some green. And I'll need to make a little mix of that too, because I kind of want like a light green and also a darker, because my light is too light and my dark is too dark. So just mix up your colors however you like them. You don't have to use the same colors I use at all. Like, try out some different ones and see what you got. Because it's not necessary to use the exact colors. All right, so I'm just going to take this one, and I'm not going to touch that, even though it's basically dry now, but I kind of want that continuity between the two things, if that makes sense. And then we're just going to kind of push and pull. And to be honest, I don't totally know what their leaves look like. I mean, like, I've seen them, but do you know what I'm saying? How you just don't really, I don't know, pay a whole lot of attention to that all the time, unless you're like gonna go draw them or paint them or whatever. This is where I'm not real good at this, I'm telling you. This leaf thing is not my strong suit. Okay, and then we'll do the other one. And we're going to have them kind of come together just so it looks similar. Probably would have been better if I didn't push that down a whole lot, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to kind of go over these a little again. And this one I think I'm just going to leave as a 5x7 piece, and then like if I decide I want it in a journal, I can, you know, make it into a pocket or something, kind of like the one we did last week. I turn that into a pocket. I kind of just want to leave it as a whole piece for now. Okay, so just taking away some of that paint and spots. And I'm going to come back in and fix the tops. I want to add a little bit of a lighter color. Just trying to decide what. The problem is my lighter colors of brown are very red. And there is a little red in those, but these just have a lot of red, I feel like. So I'm just going to come back in and add a few more dots in this, or splotches or whatever, in this lighter color. And I can come a little bit closer to the petals now, because they are dry. I do want to leave some white space. I'm okay with that. Just kind of adds light to them, I feel like. Bumpy gumdrops. That's what they remind me of. Okay, and I'm going to try to come back in and fix a few of these petals just a little. Just can't touch that brown up there. Oh, I got a big drop right there. Keep doing that. I need to remember to knock it off over there. I think I did better on my first attempt. I had to try it once just to see if I could even pull it off. They're not too bad. This up here, I want a little darker, but I don't want to touch the brown. Okay. I may be ruining it, I don't know. Sorry, this is probably really boring to watch, huh? Nothing like watching paint dry. Okay, I like that last one's fine, I think. I'm gonna get this dry and I'll be back again. Okay, I'm back. I have some Stabilo Carbothello pastels, and these were a birthday present, I think, last year, and I've hardly used them because I don't know what to do with them. So I have just been playing with them just sort of randomly with all this kind of stuff. So, and this isn't really what they're for because they are chalk pastel pencils, but you can get them wet. Like, they work with water a little bit, like the color kind of bleeds out a little bit. So they're just, I don't know, they're kind of fun to just play with. I don't know that it really makes a whole lot of difference, but I'm playing with them because I want to. So this is definitely not a step that you need to do. I just like it, that's all. Oops. So it's all whatever you want to do. But see, they will they're not as good as the Stabilo all black pencil. Like, they definitely don't do what that pencil does, but they still do move around a little bit with water. And I don't know, it just kind of adds another texture or something. But you, like I said, if you do not have anything like this, then just, you can skip this step. It's just, I want to play with them because, like I said, I've had them for over a year and really done nothing with them to speak of. So, like, I'm going to play with them. I don't know why I decided I needed them. But I don't know what I had in mind that I was going to do that was going to be so great with them. I hate it when you do that with art supplies. You're like, oh, I have to have those. Those are so cool. And then it's like, what am I going to do with it? Yeah, I do that sometimes. Try not to, but I do. So, ooh, that more reddish color is pretty. It's just going to add another layer. And you know me and my layers. I love my layers. So, I'm playing. And they're bright and happy summertime flowers. They actually are a little bit closer to autumn is when they are blooming, but I love it when those whole fields are all this beautiful purple pinky kind of color. They're very cool to see. They don't totally love going on watercolored paper, for sure. It's not really their fave. Like some spots you can see they work in better than others. I'm actually going to take this out a little bit and down, and maybe it will take a little bit of my watercolor over here. It'll help this petal that looks wonky, maybe. I know, I'm going to have to stop and dry again. You see what a pain I am? You guys are like, would you make up your mind so you can be done with the drying? It's like, yeah, that'd be great. It's steps, man. It's steps. It definitely likes, that pink one likes the little bit wet of the paper. So yeah, really the only way you can learn about, you know, what certain art supplies are going to do or what you can use them for, because I'm definitely not going to do probably hand-drawn colored type pieces like a lot of people do with the Carbothello. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say never because I didn't think I'd be watercoloring either. But anyway, it's fun to figure out other ways that you can use some of your supplies, you know what I mean? Because I think we do get in our little ruts of like always using the same things, always doing things the same way, or the way that you're told, you know what I mean? Especially with art supplies, I feel like some people are very rigid in use of art supplies. Like, these can only be used this way, or this is what these are for, or that type of thing. And I feel like if you just play, and I love mixed media for that reason, because I feel like you can get away with a lot more, you know, trying different media in different ways than what it was traditionally meant. Like, traditionally, a lot of, especially like pastels and things, are used a certain way. And I think it's fun to just do something different with them. Get more use out of them. Because I really can't use regular pastels. I can't stand the way they feel in my hands. And I don't like the dust on my fingers. I don't like chalk for that reason either. So, yeah, I'm real weird like that. But anyway, so I'll never use those, you know what I mean? but these pencils, I like them. I just love the vibrant colors that they give. They are very fun that way. I'll try to use a little bit of this green and maybe yellow. Just give it another shade. This color's like almost identical to the paint color. So add a little yellow and see what we get. So get this blended out a little here, hopefully. Sorry, my son is home right now. He's getting ready to go to work, so he's working the later shift today. Brushing his teeth. I'm gonna put some yellow. Oh, maybe. I thought that would show up a little bit, but it's not gonna. It's too dark up there. Okay, so I'm gonna get that dry again, and that'll be the last time I get it dry, and then we're gonna do something. Okay, I'm back. I lied because I then splattered a little bit. So I was like, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I used Wild Honey Distress Oxide Spray for the yellow, just because it's kind of deeper and more vibrant maybe than watercolor, but you could use watercolor, and then just some of the blue watercolor that we were using. And then I'm going to do some doodling on these. This really kind of brings it to life, I feel like, especially if you're a beginner. I just feel like it just adds a lot, and you don't feel like you're having to, you know, like I said, be the master painter or something. So I saw this artist on Pinterest flipping through, and I keep meaning to go back and find out what their name is so that I could tell you when I did this, and I forgot to do that. So I'll try to remember to put their name in the description box below the video. So anyway, is where I got the idea from, but I'm of course going to do my own take on it. But it's because my hands don't work the way they used to. It's that kind of whole scribbly thing. So I'm not trying, obviously, to go perfectly around the leaves. See how I did the little scribbly motion? It just really adds something, I feel like. And then I'm not even sure if that person is male or female. I don't know. But anyway, do a little zoop out of there. And I don't know. I just really feel like it adds something so fun to these. And so that's what I'm doing. These microns don't love watercolor paper, I'm going to tell you. The thicker they are, the better. So yeah, it's just actually super fun because you're not like trying to draw, perfectly, I messed up a little bit, you know. It's not like that. So yeah, just like have fun with it, because I think it really adds a lot of interest. It's sort of like mark making, honestly. I mean, very much the same thing. And I just think it adds a lot to them. If you hate this though, of course, do it the way you like to do it. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You can do a little bit more of a normal outline that you feel more comfortable with. Because I know, you know, the same things aren't for everybody. Otherwise, we would all do the exact same art, and that would be real boring. And then what I do up here, where there's a little bit of that gap, is I just kind of put that scribbly line in there to fill it up between the flower and the, I mean, I kind of have it covered now, but if you still have a little gap there, it's a good way to do that. And then you can actually add some other, like, just lines on there if you want. Just whatever you want. Just do whatever you want. It's just fun, and I really think it adds like depth and interest. It's that thing that makes somebody go, oh yeah, coneflowers, whatever, or oh, look at those, you know. That's the way I feel anyway. Like it's different, something different than I see other places or whatever. Which I think as humans we're just drawn to anything like that. Sorry, I'm probably making you guys look with the move in the paper everywhere. I've been having the worst time with my arthritis because of the thunderstorms that we've been having. Oh my word. It's been a killer. My hands are like, we're not gonna. We don't wanna. It's like, yeah, I don't either, but guess what? And then you can do some bigger black circles if you want to on those centers. They're hard to see because I did them so dark, but if you do them a little bit lighter, you can see those dots better, and I'll show you on the other one I did. I know my hand's probably right in the way. Turn it sideways again. I don't know if that helps or not, but it's really hard to not have your hand in the way. I think I like those because they kind of remind me of, like, I mean, it's not a bumblebee. There's no bumblebees there, but it makes me think of bumblebees moving around the flowers or whatever. It's fun. Okay, so I don't know, I think I kind of like the one I did the other day better. This was the one I did the other day. It's a little bit lighter. This was really cheapy watercolor paper because I was just trying it. I did more petals, and then this is the one today. So let me know, which version do you like? But you can see all those little scribbledies. I just think they're fun. You might know who the artist is, so if you know, let me know. I did the gumdrops bigger. You know, on some of them, I had some last year that were just, they're more of a wild version, and I can't think what they're called right now. But the little centers on them were like that long. This little tiny flower about that big round, but it had the center sticking out about that far. But they're real skinny. They're not even as big around as my pinky, the center part. It sticks way up. But they're kind of cool flowers, that, all that, whatever family that is of coneflower. So, anyhow. Fun. So I hope you guys give it a try, and I would love to see what you do. And I will chat with you again tomorrow. Talk later. Or actually, I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow because my aunt's coming. So if not, I'll see you guys Friday. All right. Talk soon. Love you guys. Bye.